HUGH KEEVINS has branded Celtic arrogant. And Celtic boss Postecoglou sent new injury worry. Ange is humble and he keeps his players humble. When we lose in the SPFL, it's always going to be a shock. Keevins thinks differently. For me, they got complacent, they got arrogant and they thought they could put out any old team and win the match. Keevins said live on Superscoreboard. And the performance was lamentable, and all credit to St Mirren. When I was asked to pick my team of the weekend by Radio Clyde to go online, I had half a dozen submitted players, including the entire back four, and that has caused a stushy on Twitter. But I stand by it. I'm not interested in how many attempts at goal Celtic had. St Mirren did not concede, and it's not their fault if Celtic were rubbish on the day. Celtic losing is always going to bring out comments like that, especially from HUGH, who has a track record for lamenting those who partake in hyperbole among the support, but regularly indulges himself, with no hint of irony. The Scottish champions weren't good enough on the day, and they have to put that right. Results in football can catch you off guard, and on any given day, football can provide a shock. It's why Celtic fans rock up to Celtic Park against Real Madrid, and it's why St Mirren fans turned up in Paisley last Sunday. Celtic haven't become a bad team overnight, and we suspect another winning run domestically is about to get underway. Celtic midfielder Rio Haitate's performances for the club are going to bring him onto the radar of other top European and English sides. That is according to journalist Peter Rourke, who was speaking to This Is Football about the latest updates from Celtic Park. Celtic signed HUGH from Kawasaki Front Ale at the beginning of the January transfer window of this year, with the 24-year-old helping Ange Postecoglou's side to a Scottish Premiership triumph at the end of his first season at the club. The one-time Japan international is one of a number of successful Japanese signings brought to the club since Postecoglou took over as manager, something which the Celtic boss has told people to not be lazy about. And O'Rourke believes that Haitate's performances will now be attracting interest from clubs in both England and across Europe. Yeah, as you said, how HUGH has come in after arriving last January, he's had an instant impact for Celtic. He's performed well in the league and also now doing well in the Champions League. Those types of performances are only going to bring him onto the radar of other top clubs across Europe and England. So yeah, I'm sure with the success that Celtic are having it brings more scrutiny onto your players. Celtic should look to offer the midfielder a new contract ahead of the January transfer window if they are to secure his services for the remainder of the season. Celtic striker Giorgos Giakoumakis is being monitored by Greece national team medics after complaining of a leg knock. The Parkhead forward had highlighted a niggle and was sent for a scan, which gave an all-clear of any serious issues. However, Giakoumakis is still under supervision by national team medical staff after the injury worry. The striker is currently part of the Greece national team camp, with the country taking on Cyprus in the Nations League this evening. Giakoumakis will not be part of the team, with the striker out through suspension. Sporttime journalist Giannis Kourianopoulos reported the Giakoumakis injury worry and scan update this afternoon. On Twitter, he wrote, Celtic striker Giorgos Giakoumakis made a scan because he felt a little problem with his leg. Scan didn't show anything, but he will be under check by NT medical team. Anyway, Giakoumakis would not be part of the team yesterday due to card suspension. With Scotland playing on Wednesday, it won't be until Thursday afternoon that Postecoglou will be able to put his plans in place for the SPFL match at home to Motherwell on October 1st. And on that note, we are still top of the league looking down on the Sevco.